At the beginning of the story is told about a royal family who used to catch monsters, demons, and devils. An army of this family, whose soldiers were very brave. They were trying to catch a man, but he alone was dominating them. That is, the soldier who was moving towards him to attack. That unknown man was picking up everyone and making them fall. Although they also attacked him with swords, but he was not letting anyone stand in front of him. Now in the meantime, the commander of this army comes here, with whom that unknown man creates a fog there with his evil powers. That is, a fog, because of which no one could see anything. And suddenly the face of that man began to change. He completely changes and becomes a white fox. And now he had become more dangerous than before. Taking advantage of the fog, he went to each soldier and killed everyone mercilessly. Only the commander was left alive. He now started moving forward in the fog to kill that fox. But by then it was too late, because the fox had gone from there. Now because this incident was quite big, the commander immediately goes and informs the head of his army about it, whose name is Yan Li, and he is also the main character of this story. The commander had told him everything. As now, Yan Li had to investigate this. That is why he moves towards the west, where there was another kingdom. He comes here and finds out that there are 9 people in the royal family. 10 of the ministers have died. It was said about their death that it was due to excessive blood flow from the body, but the surprising thing here was that there was no sign of a scratch on their bodies, nor was there a slight sign of blood around. Seeing this, Yan Li understands that this is definitely the work of the devils. Because they have such special powers, they have such things in their body, that they can easily drink the blood of humans. That too without spilling a drop of blood. Now from here, Yan Li goes to a devilish tribe, where all the devils used to live. And the devils here looked exactly like humans. In addition, their habits were also very good. They were not dangerous, so no one had any danger from them. Now Yan Li had a badge locket round his neck, which creates some colorful waves by touching it. Seeing this, a girl wearing white clothes comes there, who was looking very beautiful. Her name was Yu, who snatched Yan Li's badge and ran away from there. Now following her, Yan Li comes to the head chief here, and tells him about Yu's action, on which the head chief tells him that I apologize to you for Yu's action. Saying this, he returns his badge to Yan Li. Now when the head chief asked him the reason for coming here, he tells him that I have come here in search of the devil. Hearing this, the head chief tells him to go to Yu's uncle, who is the elder of this village, and gives a lot of good information. That's why Yan Li and Yu quickly went to the uncle. He gives a bag to the uncle, which had some hair. Yan Li says, check and tell me, which devil's hair is this? On which the uncle says that these are the hair of a fox. So now Yan Li comes back to the palace to investigate further. Here he finds out from the officer that the king has given you 2 days to investigate this case. After which Yan Li now goes to the main minister, who was the advisor here, whom Yan Li tells about the white fox, and tries to get more information from him about it. Then the minister advisor tells that about 20 years ago, the king's wife and one of his maidservants were both pregnant. They were going to be the mothers of the king's child, because the king had married both of them. The first wife was a queen and the second was a maid, because she used to love her maid first. Now because the king had no heir, so she decides that the child who will be born first will be given the throne. That is, the entire rule of this kingdom. So here his maid gave birth to the first child, which was not a human child, but a devilish white fox child. He was also dead. Now the reason for the birth of the fox child was that, when the maid was pregnant, she insulted an old man a lot. The man who had a lot of power. He was a magician. That's why he cursed the maid that, whenever your child will be born, he will be the child of the white fox, who will be devilish. Now after knowing this truth, Yan Li goes to the maid's old palace, where on a calendar on the wall, some poems were written, which Yan Li begins to read. But then suddenly there is a fog here, with which the white fox and the devil come and attack him. And here their fight begins. Yan Li answered their every attack with a lot of bravery. He was rotating and attacking them with swords, and was stopping their every attack. After seeing this fight, the princess also comes here, and she attacks the devils with her magic arrows, which makes them ashes and disappear from there. In this investigation, she also joined to support Yan Li, and now these two again come to that devilish tribe. Here Yan Li comes and tells everything to the head chief. As soon as the poem on the calendar was read, the white fox and his companions came and attacked him, on which the head chief tells him that that poem was written by the king for his second wife maid, whom he loved very much. But the maid was deceiving the king, because she fell in love with someone else. The chief was telling her all these truths. That's when the two started hearing a noise from outside. When they go and check, they find out that there is a fight between Yan Li and the princess. But the head chief comes and starts stopping them. But that's when he started getting sick. He started suffering and fell there and fainted. After seeing all these situations, Yan Li was very nervous. He was not able to understand how to investigate in these circumstances. That's when they get another news, that Yanli's uncle has also died. But now when Yanli checks his body, he finds a needle and thread from her body, which made Yanli understand here that the devil, who is the killer of everyone, who had also killed the people of the other kingdom, he was not actually drinking the blood of the dead, but he was taking the blood from the dead and sending it somewhere else. Now, the person the devil wants to hunt, he takes out a hair from the body, then he puts the needle and thread in the small place and pulls the blood from there. This is the reason that, as the blood in that person decreases, he dies. And this is the reason that there is no sign of such injury on the body. Now Yanli gets into thinking that how can this happen, because at least 5 liters of blood was being drawn from one person. So obviously, this process of taking the blood from here to there was very difficult. For this, a car or a carriage was needed to take the thing from here to there. And this was the job of Yu's uncle. That is, he was doing the job of taking the blood to the devil. But he is dead. If he was the servant of the devil, then who killed him? So the answer to this is that he must have got some information, due to which he was killed, or there is a special purpose to kill him. And the police have never doubted uncle, because he used to pick up garbage on such cars from night till morning. Yanli tells the princess that blood was being collected, because it was the blood of the king. So from ancient times till now, weapons are made with the help of that blood. Anyway, the next day, Yanli gets another body of a soldier. And this was the same soldier who had examined uncle's body. Now he must have got some information. That's why the main devil killed him too. Now when Yanli was examining this soldier's body, he finds a piece of paper in his mouth, on which the name of a cloth shop was written, which was definitely the work of the devil to chase them. And because they had to investigate, they moved ahead, although the princess also tells him to go with him, but he refused. And now he gets on his horse and leaves from there. He had gone a little far. That's when a lot of devils attack him, although he also faces them, but they were quite large in number, so Yanli can't stand in front of them. The devils were getting heavy on him. That's when Yu comes here to help him. She started fighting the devils to save Yanli from them. She was facing them with a lot of courage, but now there was no chance of getting rid of them, because the devils were increasing, and they are surrounded from all sides. Now before the devils attack them, the princess comes to the opposite roof, and she started attacking the devils with her arrows. The arrow fell into the water, due to which the water jumps very high, and so the devils lost their mind. By taking advantage of this, Yu creates fog there, and by getting a chance, these people escaped from there. Now the princess and Yu actually came here, chasing Yanli so that they could help him, and now people came back. By then the head chief had also come to his senses. He was suddenly fainted. That's when Yanli comes to meet him. He says to the chief, "When I met you for the first time, I could smell a medicine from you. And today when I went to the cloth shop, which is in the devil's area, I also smelled the same medicine from there. So I feel that you are the main devil, who is killing everyone. So now you have to tell the truth." On which the head chief tells him the truth. That yes, I am the main devil white fox you are looking for, and I am the last fox of my family. And now as Yanli went ahead to catch him, the chief tells him another truth, which made him shocked. He says that the one you were calling your dad, that is, the special man of the king. He is not your real dad, but your stepfather, who took you from a place. And you are not a human being, but a devil like us. And now you have to know your truth. If you don't believe my words, then go to the palace and ask your people. Now Yanli, hearing this, who was already very confused, he gets shocked. He doesn't understand what to say and what to do. After thinking a lot, he ran away from there, and comes straight to his palace, and asks his main minister advisor to tell the whole truth. Yes, he doesn't tell anything before, but when Yanli's story of being a devil came out, he starts telling the whole truth. He says that 20 years ago, when the second wife of the king was pregnant, she wanted to eat the meat of the white fox because of her curse. And the king somehow wanted to fulfill this thing, that I should feed him the meat of the fox. He went to hunt him in the jungle, but he had to face a lot of difficulties there. Some wild animals attacked him, with whom he saved his life with great difficulty, but when the nearby villagers saw his condition, they picked him up and brought him to their village. They treated him and served him a lot, so that the king would get well soon. But when the king regained consciousness, instead of thanking the villagers, he started doubting them. He thought that the villagers had deliberately kept me here. The reason was that those villagers were also devils, and when the people of the king came to know about this, the commander and your dad also went to that village to save them, where they killed all the devils of the village. But after killing everyone, your dad found out that the people we have killed were undoubtedly devils, but they were good people, not bad. No one was in danger from them. They had helped the king. These devils were so simple. They did not even know how to do magic, nor could they change their form like dangerous devils. After knowing all this truth, The commander and your dad were very sad. That how we killed the innocent people. But to avoid the embarrassment of this thing, they made some of their principles, which every soldier will have to follow. They decided that now we will not kill any devil after seeing them. In fact, as long as a devil does not do any bad deed or crime, he will not be punished. The commander was satisfied, but Yanli's dad went completely into shock. That how mercilessly we killed the innocent people. And one day, when they were passing by the same village, they found a small child, who was none other than you, Yanli. You were left alone. It is obvious that they had also killed your mom and dad. And because they had already regretted their mistake, they adopted you to wash their sins. They brought you to the village with them, and told everyone that I had married a girl. And from that, this child was born. That is, they hid your truth from everyone. That this child is the devil of that village. Because even after so much happened, no one accepts the devil or his children. He further tells him that many years ago, a meteor had fallen from the sky in the hilly area, due to which many villages and tribes were destroyed. Many people were killed, and those who were alive had to face poverty. Because of the devastation, there was a shortage of food and drink. People had gone so crazy due to hunger, that anyone who passed from the surroundings, they used to drink the blood of that person. This continued for many years, after which all those people became devils. And then to save themselves from these devils, our king made his powerful army. Because there and even your sword is made of the same meteor, which had fallen from the sky. Because it had a lot of power. There was fireworks in the devilish tribe, because everyone was celebrating the new year. Yanli finds the truth of the head chief, the white fox. He mixed poison in my food, and tried to kill me. But when his plan did not work, he made Yu's uncle killed, so that Yanli would not be afraid of it, and leave this devilish tribe. And now the chief, the white fox, brings out his real plan. He started telling that years ago, whatever happened by the king and his people, I did not like him. I was very angry. That's why I wanted to take revenge on the king's family. For this purpose, I have made a special kind of medicine, which will wake up the devil inside a normal person, and they will become a devil. They will become more angry and danger, and then they will kill the people of the royal family, and take revenge of the devils. He also executed this plan. He mixed that medicine in the food that was cooked for the New Year's feast. As soon as a person eats it, he becomes a devil from an animal, while the normal devils also change into the dangerous devils. Meanwhile, every person starts changing, and now they start losing control. Seeing this, Yanli creates some waves from his bag, with the help of which all of them slowly get cured. Seeing this, the chief fox attacks Yanli to stop him. He also did it in return, but he gets injured by the attack of the chief. Their fight was going on, when the commander comes here with his soldiers. He throws a lot of arrows on devils. One by one all the devils are killed here. Seeing this, the chief fox gets angry, so he decides to save his people from the devils. As soon as he sees, he comes in the form of his real fox, but it was too late, because a lot of people had been killed here. Seeing this, the chief fox realized, because of one mistake of mine, that all the people were killed here. He now decides to end the fight, so, in a meanwhile, he comes back in human form, although he realized. Seeing this, the commander attacks him. He attacked him many times with arrows, which injured the chief a lot. Seeing this, the Yanli got angry, because he sympathized with the chief because he realized his mistake. That's why he comes forward, and angrily forbids the soldiers to attack him. He asked what you people have come to bring from here. The king sent me to investigate this case. That's why you have to go back right now. But the commander clearly forbids him to go. Seeing this, the chief attacks him with a sword. A sword fight broke out between the two, but since the commander was very brave, it was difficult for Yanli to escape. Seeing this, the chief, who realized his mistake, decides to help Yanli. He gets up and attacks the commander and kills him. He cuts his throat, but since he was also very injured, he could not escape. He dies on the spot. Now Yanli understood who was behind all this. The king of the place whom he went first of all. The Yanli goes to the king and asks him to accept his crime, because it was true. This king had ordered the devil tribe to be killed this time, but the king does not accept his crime. In fact, many of his people come to kill Yanli. Seeing this, Yanli takes out his sword of the material. As soon as he waved his magic sword, a very powerful wave appears. As soon as it touches them, everyone dies in one blow. After solving this case, Yanli goes back to the palace. He starts giving all the information related to his case to the queen and the king's son. Everyone praises him for his bravery and intelligence, because he solved this difficult case, only because of his intelligence, which case was very difficult. Everyone is very impressed by him. And with this, the story of this film ends.